everybody, welcome back to another Joel Show video. Today I'll be showing you guys how I got everything to move and semi-operate in this old BB gun that I found buried in a river in Deep Creek, California. And I'm gonna go over how I got everything out of it, going from dirt, rocks, and all that. So the first thing, this is the BB gun that I found. I do have an operational version of this, only except it's not black, it's brown. And this particular gun, as I said, was found in Deep Creek, California, in the shallows where the water just meets the land or the dirt, but it kind of goes under the dirt, so if you dig down, you can get to the water. And this part of the BB gun was sticking out, so I pulled it out. And of course my friend screamed, "I call dibs," and now, technically speaking, this gun is not mine, which sucks. But anyway, it was completely full of dirt, like the barrel, everything. It was wet and grimy and all kinds of stuff, and I'll go over how you load it in a second, but it was actually not all that hard to get all the dirt out. So now, your trigger moves, as you can see there, and then if I push up on the safety, actually push down on the safety. I'm not sure which one it is, but one of these, it kind of stops it so that you can't pull the trigger, although this is kind of messed up now that I've had to clear everything out. And then this is where you would load your BBs, so you would tip that down and load a whole bunch of BBs, and then if you wanted to load individual pellets, you would pull back on this, and since the screws were rusted out and I had to take it out to take all the screws out, or kind of grind them out, the gun kind of pops apart when I pull the chamber back, as you can see there, and now I can't get it to go back. But anyway, I had to pop this apart and crack that piece because this piece is glued in. There's a whole bunch of dirt in here, and later I unscrewed this, which this is the actual only screw that is in almost perfectly fine condition, although my camera, there you go. So you can unscrew the screw, and underneath this plastic plate, it's all hollow and is full of dirt. And then when I found the gun, the other side was missing, so there's a whole bunch of dirt pressed up in between this and the plastic cover that's right there. And to fire this gun when it was operational, you would pull back on this, and then you'll see a rod that's pushing on a sort of compression chamber. That's how you would build up your pressure to fire, and you could do however many pumps you wanted to get it to load. And then I've also cleared this out so you can see that the rod is freely moving with no dirt around it. When I had found this was completely flooded with dirt and stuff, and I just used a screwdriver to scratch a whole bunch of stuff out. And now this moves freely without making a whole bunch of noise like it did before. And then it would lock down on this little spring, which is knocked out of place now. So it's just kind of hanging on there, as you can see. But what you would do first is put your BBs in, then pull back on this, push forward to load it, and then you pump it, and then if your safety was on, release the safety and pull the trigger, and then repeat your process. And then this particular gun had a modified barrel, which my friend was kind of freaking out about because he thought it was like a full-out weapon or something like that because it's modified. But as you can see, there's just what I believe to be a steel rod, because I don't think it's aluminum because it's rusting. Although I'm not sure if the metal that's used here is coated with something that could be rusting, although this rust goes pretty deep down. So I'm pretty sure this is just steel that's shoved down the barrel, and then this was cut, and then this was pushed in, and then duct taped, as you can see there. And I believe at the time of this gun being operational, which I presume was quite some time ago, because you can see that there's a whole bunch of rusting going on. This would have not affected the performance because obviously it's still there. And I believe if they did not want that there because it was affecting the performance, they would have taken it out. When I say they, I mean the previous owner. And also, there was, as I was saying, there's a whole bunch of rust. As you can see right here, you can kind of see some of the steel peeking through. That's because there were rust bubbles completely everywhere. Inside here on the plates, inside here on the plates. This side actually doesn't have very many rust bubbles because it wasn't compressed together with a whole bunch of moisture for a while, but I scraped off all that so that moisture can't build up again. And I tried my best to scrape off all the surface rust with a screwdriver. But now that this gun is kind of fragile and doesn't want to stay together, I plan to just hang it up as sort of a decoration piece. And I'm kind of glad that my friend cannot take this to his house because his siblings will mess around with it. So I get to keep this and hang it up, which I'm sure that my friend's probably going to say, oh, you can have it, whatever. Which is good on my part, but anyway, if you guys think that this was a cool find, make sure that you like the video, and if you like my channel, make sure that you subscribe. Watch the most recent video, like this video, and comment, share to friends, family, and whoever you desire.